everybody, young Tov, it's Monday and your header is just about ready to explode. Yes, it's going to be one of those videos. It really is. I'm just sort of, I can't put this arm up any higher than here. But if I could get it any higher, I'm like, whoa, like well over the top. I've already got a cigarette. Honestly, I'm just... Do you know what? I have just actually busy finished recording a video for you on my new video camera. And when it came to uploading it to my laptop, so I could start with the video editor and what have you, guess what this stupid bag forgot to do? Right. Normally when I film for you, when I'm on my phone, I'm looking straight into this square box, right? So I'm looking into this square box, and that's how I know that I'm in the right place to talk to you, right? And make my videos. And this is what I've been doing for months. Even when I started with my other old phone, and then I got this one because the camera was better, right? Do you remember? Well, that was a year ago when I got this one. Anywho, I started to use the video camera, and I'm looking into where I could see myself, and I could see this square, so I'm talking away into this square, completely forgetting that I should have been looking into the lens at the end of the actual camera itself. So I spent just over half an hour talking to you about some important stuff, but I'm like looking like that, or like that, not that way on. So I'm not very happy with myself. My hair's gone to pot. I had it done on Saturday. I'm not seeing my hairdresser again for another 3 months. My hair's gone all frizzy. I had to go out today and it was damp this morning. And it's gone all frizzy at the ends. And it's great on the top because I had some more highlights put in. Because, you know, I'm too vain. I'm not giving in to the white just yet. And I mean, we're talking like low category vein here. Come on, we're talking sow's ear, not silk purse. So, anyway, the hair's crap. I'm having to start the video all over again because I thought, nope, this is Monday. This is, you know, Els worked so hard with all these intros. I'm not going to let my haveners down. I'm just going to continue. But do you know what? I'm so ramped up by the fact that I was slightly ramped up in my first video, but now I'm even more ramped up than I was before. And I'm going to tell you why I was ramped up before. Two things, basically. Two things. One of them is the greed and the stupidity of people when it comes to this coronavirus. People are actually clearing the shelves of baby milk so they can have milk in their tea and coffee. Have you ever heard anything so selfish in your life? You know, what's baby milk meant for? Babies. We've got a havener called Clarissa Ann, right? Some of you may know her. She's recently had a baby boy, Jordan Adam. I think it's Jordan Adam. Please forgive me, Clarissa Ann, if I've got it wrong. He's 8 weeks old. What's he going to have if she can't get any baby milk? Where's she supposed to go? You know, is she self-isolating? She's in Minnesota. Where the hell is she going to go if she can't get baby milk for a little boy? You know, I know Clarissa, there is no way on earth she would, like, allow her little boy to go without. She will fight tooth and nail to get baby milk from somewhere. I mean, she will. She'll do whatever it takes. And so will her husband. But it's ridiculous, isn't it? That people are actually hoarding baby milk so they can, I mean, I must admit, I didn't really use baby milk when I had my kids. I breastfed them both, okay? So I didn't really use it. But I mean, I knew plenty of girls who did. And all I knew is that you've got to add boiling water or something, and then you've got to mix it up, and then you put it in cold water to cool it down. So when, it's time for baby to get fed, they've got warm milk to drink. I'm presuming that's what happens anyway. Well, they're going to use the same sort of technique, but this time it's to put into their teas and the coffees. Have you ever heard of anything so fucking greedy in your whole life? I mean, what's on their minds? Babies have to eat too. I mean, I've seen some disgusting things on Twitter this week. I know some parts of social media can be so toxic. It's crazy. But I've seen people talking about, this is the survival of the fittest. That's what this coronavirus is going to sort out. The survival of the fittest. It's going to weed out all the weak, the elderly, the infirm, those who probably are ready to pop their clogs anyway. And it'll sort out the population and what have you. Like it's some huge bloody euthanasia type joke. And it's driving me nuts. I've watched people literally dragging their knuckles, carrying 12 packs of bottles of water. And you recognise the people because they've got a local shop. They're buying all the water out of the supermarkets so they can take it to the shops and sell it at 100% markup. I went to one of those shops today, trying to see if I could get bread or milk, just to tide us over. I managed to get a small bottle of milk. And what was the equivalent of $1, last week, say 75 pence UK money, is now, $2. What's that about? Pure greed. That's what that's about. And although we are hearing tales of heroes at times like this, and it's fantastic that we do have heroes, and I'm going to say the frontline heroes have got to be those on the ground, boots on the ground, nurses, doctors, all the people who work in the labs, the scientists. They are the people that we've got to be supporting right now. Do you know the shops are having to put up designated hours so that nursing, like NHS, only staff can get in to get some shopping? Because the greedy bastards have been in there and cleaned the damn shelves. I just don't get it. I really, really do not get it. Honestly, I don't want to start crying because I'm angry, but I just don't get people's greed. But that's what I've been seeing on Twitter this week. Survival of the fittest. What happened to when I said the other day, and I mean, I'm a Jewish person. I accept Jesus as a healer, and a rabbi, because, you know, he obviously was a rabbi. But I'm sorry, and I don't want to offend my Christian friends, but in my faith, we don't accept Jesus as the Messiah. We just don't. We're waiting for the Messiah to return. And, you know, whether he does or not, Joe, right now, I'm not really that much concerned. But if he was to come back right now, whether you're Jew, whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim, or whether you're of no faith at all, and Jesus, if he's the same guy that he was 2,000 years ago, walking the earth, he'd be bloody furious at what's going on right now. Turning over the bloody money changers in the temple. He'd be smacking people up right, left and centre in the supermarkets. I'm bloody sure he would be. Because I'll tell you something. If I could walk, I'd be right there with him. Because he was a Jew after all, don't forget. You know, let's remember that. When we're talking about religion, I mean, I hate to say this, but we were there first. But, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're of any faith or none. I tell you what, I tell you one thing I think that would help all of us. If we are going to get, you know, the thing is, we are going to get through this, right? It's only a matter of weeks, 12 weeks max, and we are going to get through this. But I'll tell you something. The shop that I've been able to get some milk in today, I am not going to forget that they've price gouged their customers because they know they've got us over a barrel. And once this thing is over, and I mean, I have to use them because they're the only place that's local that I can get to, you know, where we can get in and look on the shelves to find something, right? I have to use them just now. I mean, trying to get into bigger supermarkets is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But once all this is over, I'll never use them again. And I think people want to not forget those who bought all those stacks of toilet roll and then decided they were going to flog a 4-roll pack for something like between 15 and 30 quid. That's like anything between $20 and $40 for 4 rolls of toilet paper. One guy down hundreds of miles away from me, but in the UK, he made £3,500 in a day from selling all this toilet paper that he'd stocked up. I hope people remember his face, because he is the total opposite of the kind of person I am and the kind of people that I know you are. That you wouldn't dream of doing anything like that. Because I honestly, truthfully believe that not any of the people who are sub to this channel, the Haveners, I don't believe that you behave that way. I don't. We just need to keep common sense, right? Just have common sense, wash your hands, drink hot drinks. All this crap on your chest, it solidifies. And that's what causes the pneumonia and what have you. Mind you, I'm not a doctor, these are just things I've read, okay? You've got to drink hot drinks so you keep the stuff soft, so it goes into the stomach, gets finished off by the gastric juices, and then out your system. Right? So wash your hands. Right? I mean, they reckon every 20 minutes. If you're in your own home, you know, maybe you don't need to do as much. I don't know. But I would certainly be washing your hands before you go out, and definitely when you come back in. And if you're in for the rest of the day, just go and have a shower. That's what I'd be doing. But hot drinks, hot soups, anything that can loosen up your chest. Self-isolation for about 14 days. I mean, people are talking about, pardon me, 12 weeks. I don't know what's going to happen. They're talking about the next thing in the UK is going to be a lockdown where nobody can leave their homes. Well, I don't know, you know, I think we could last out for 3 weeks to a month, tops, but not 12. There's no way we'll sort out 12. I was supposed to be going to see a podiatrist this week to get my lymphatic feet sorted out. That's been cancelled. I've been told I still have to go and visit my doctor, but that could be cancelled right at the last minute. So I have to wait and see what happens there. What does... I'm thinking that the lunatics are taking over the asylum. And please, you know that I don't mean to cast any aspersions on anybody with a mental illness, but you know what I mean by using the phrase the lunatics are taking over the asylum, right? People are being told, don't come into work, stay at home and isolate yourself, right? I've seen people today take their kids to the park, their dogs for a walk, or some of them are getting on a local bus, and because I live quite near to the sea, and there's a local river on the other side of me, and people are taking their kids out for a day at the seaside, even though it's March. You know, this is not a public holiday. This isn't like holiday time. We are supposed to be staying inside, limiting contact so that fewer of us die. And in one way, I do welcome a lockdown, because people have got to take this virus seriously. I mean, it's a deadly virus, and they've got to take it seriously. But there is a flip side to this, guys, because you can watch all those movies that you never normally get time to watch. You can go and clear out your garden shed if you've got one. You can start, if you've got your own private garden where you can't touch anybody, start doing a bit of gardening. Tidy up your garden a bit. Sorry, got to have a drink. Read those books that you've been meaning to read. Catch up on your emails. You know, talk to those folk that you keep saying, oh, I must give them a ring, or I must send them an email, or whatever. Do all of that stuff. You know, do some DIY around the house. If you've got the bits in, I mean, I've got the paint in now to paint my bathroom, my big bathroom. If I'm gonna sort out my good days, and my next good day where I'm not feeling so tired that I am today, I'm gonna start setting to with the bathroom. I can paint so far, and then hubby will do the rest. He'll do the ceiling and stuff like that. So he's now working from home. He's got to keep to a 9 to 5 because he's got to have online lessons with his students as his teacher. But once, the 5 o'clock comes, he can turn his laptop off, and then I can say, right, can you give me a couple of hours and work together and do a bit of DIY in the house? There is plenty of things to do in this house. We've got board games that we can play. We've got cards that we can play. There's things that we can all do on our own. We're incredibly lucky in that regard. So, I'm a firm believer that out of all bad comes some good. And we've seen fantastic acts of heroism. And I'll tell you this much, if our government doesn't put up the wages of the staff in our NHS after this crisis, then, I'll be furious. I'm sure there'll be a mass call. Everybody will be saying, don't just say thank you, show them how much you appreciate them by putting it in their pockets and giving them something to live on, not just to exist on. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you what else has made me mad. Finding out that our MPs have voted themselves a 3% pay rise, and yet our doctors and nurses are busy getting like 1% over 4 years or something like that. That's a fucking insult. Members of Parliament, they sit around all day, or they fall asleep, or they're shuffling papers around. They're not saving lives. What makes them so special that they've got to have 3 times what a nurse has to take home? How is that fair? So I'm not a happy girl today at all, or a happy old bag, or whatever it is. And then the other thing that's got me really, really mad today. Oh my God. Trisha Paytas, right? I normally try and stay away from problematic people, right? That's why I don't talk about much about he who shall not be named. And I know he's done another video on her recently. Apparently people have praised him because this time apparently he's got it right. But I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see his face. So I don't hear his voice either, because the pair of them trigger me. But even he's done a video on her saying, no, you can't be doing this. But I'm linking a guy called Mental Health Master. You go and watch his 2 videos on Trisha Paytas, and he is absolutely fantastic. He's a trained mental health professional. He's got his degrees. He's a real proper clinician. And Dr Todd Grande. I'm going to be linking what he's had to say about her. And I would be listening to them, not to this. I know she's got something, right? She's definitely got something mentally wrong with her. And I am supposedly always preaching about kindness and respect, right? I have got to practice what I preach. I say to you guys, everyone is welcome. We must treat each other with kindness and respect, right? Isn't that what I always say? And you come back and you say, yes, that's the way you want to be treated in here. No judging, kindness and respect all the way. But when you've got someone like her who is spreading misinformation, she's been online how long? 11 years, 13 years, something like that, since she was 16 or something like that. And it's only now that we're hearing about her having DID. It's only now that she's switching on camera. And I saw one of them was when she went cross-eyed. And that was her switching. Do you know what I'm like? And when I lose my temper, and I'm going to be dead honest with you, I am being dead honest with you here, and I know this will probably cost me subscribers. It's going to be a hugely unpopular comment. So I'm ready for it. But do you know something? Do you know, if I was her mother, I'd be giving her a bloody good slap. I would be getting on the phone to a clinician and driving her there and saying, you will bloody well sit there until you get a diagnosis. And then I'd be making her get on camera and admit that she's made all of this up for attention. Because before this last couple of weeks, Trisha Paytas has never shown any signs whatsoever of having DID. Not one. Now, I'm not a fan of hers. I don't particularly care for her much. Not into this thing they call body shaming or, I mean, come on. I live in a glass house. I can't afford to throw stones, right? But, I mean, she sort of like, some of her videos have made me go, oh God, no. Like one video, she was stark naked, entertaining herself on camera. I can put it that way. And I just keep thinking, right, okay, there's being proud of your body, that's absolutely fine. But there's a time and a place. And let's be honest, because it is a normal thing to do. We're all human beings. But if you're going to masturbate, do it in the privacy of your own home with the door shut, so people don't have to watch. I mean, yes, I know there's an argument there. You don't have to watch. And I certainly didn't. I saw the title and I was just like, oh God, no. And I physically shuddered. But she's got a young audience. She doesn't realise how much influence she has. And if she's got someone at 13 watching her, and they decide to copy it and put it up, there's paedophiles around. She's got no sense of decorum. She doesn't take accountability for any of her actions. She makes me sick. I don't believe she's got DID at all. I believe she's got depression. I do believe that. I don't know anything about bipolar or schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia or anything like that. I just don't have enough knowledge. So I'm not in a position to say anything. But I can say that I recognise the signs of depression in her because she's talked about it often enough. And I can actually recognise things that she's said and felt because I've said and felt them myself. So yes, I do believe that she's depressed. But as for DID and calling Lynn crazy and then doing a video saying, dissociate DID, stop bullying me. It's all right for you to dish it, Trisha, effing this and effing that and effing the next thing. And Nin's effing crazy. But the minute somebody turns around and says, hang on a minute, you're bang out of order, you shouldn't be doing that, everybody's bullying you. No, no, no. That's not how it works. You say, oh, you're on the internet, anybody can say what they like. Right? I suppose that's true. People can go on the internet and they can say what the hell they like. But there are consequences for things that you say. You know, I've got to take responsibility for what I say. I mean, everything in my videos is my own opinion. But if I don't say, look, I am sorry if anything I'm saying is offending anyone, and I take full responsibility if my words mean that I lose a subscriber or more, that's down to me. I've got to take accountability. But Trisha doesn't take accountability for anything. She says she's sorry, and then the next minute it's but or if. I'm sorry, but. Or I've said sorry so many times, I don't know what else to do. And then she says, oh, look, I'm switching. Oh, look, I'm switching. Doesn't work like that. She's made me so damn angry. And when I've seen how it's affected Nin. And Nin doesn't deserve this. She's had people disbelieve her all her life about having DID. And she's been properly, thoroughly diagnosed. And you know, people to this day still don't believe her. And she's fighting every day to stop the stigma hurting other people with DID. You know, they've got this because of absolute severe childhood trauma. They didn't just look it up in a book and think, I'll have that today. Who would choose to have DID? You've got to be so badly traumatised. It's the only way that you can protect yourself. I went through an awful lot of childhood trauma. I'm extremely lucky that my psyche didn't fragment. I'm very, very lucky. And I mean, when I think back to my childhood, it was, when it comes to rating it on horrendous, I've definitely, at one point I would have definitely said it was 11 out of 10. But, you know, I could only imagine what Nin must have been put through. The horrors of hell, no doubt. Round and round and round and round, without end, poor kid. And then you've got this. I mean, come on, guys. Let's think about this logically. Last month she was transgender. And then the month before that she was a chicken nugget. She needs help. I don't disagree with that. She needs mental help. She really does. She's got the means to go and get it done, to get a diagnosis. She says, oh, I've got traits of this and traits of that. You're not diagnosed based on traits. You know, I can't say I've got traits of Lady Gaga because I love Poker Face. Or Bad Romance. Or Judas. Can I? It's ridiculous. I want to get her and give her a really good slap. in a bloody good shake because she's causing harm and she needs to stop. She needs to get off YouTube and she needs to get herself some serious mental help. But before that, she needs to get on camera and she needs to apologise, because I'll tell you what, my gut tells me that she's faking this. It's trending, so she's got it. I'll tell you something else. Prove me wrong. Let's see what the next thing is trending, and I'll bet your bottom dollar Trisha's got it, had it, knows somebody who's got it. Haven't we all known somebody like that? She's hurt, you know, the transgender community, the LGBTQ community. She's hurting the DID community and the overall mental health community. I said last week, how low can she go? You know, I thought she'd reached the lowest. She's gone even lower. All her videos need reporting. All of them. And I wouldn't mind. I'll tell you what she's doing, which has really pissed me off, really has, is that she's monetized all of her videos. So she's getting even more money in her pocket for taking the piss out of people with problems. If that's not the act of a scumbag, then I don't know what is. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm supposed to be motivational and what have you. I do apologise. Right. I apologise for losing my temper. I apologise for using bad language. Take full responsibility for it. I know that I should have done better, and I haven't, because I've let my anger get the better of me. So, one of the things I want to tell you quickly before I go, because I know I've been yucking too long again, is I'm always thinking about different ways to make you guys happy. And a good few months ago, talk of true crime, me doing true crime. And I didn't do anything about it, because at the time people were talking about me wanting to do folk tales and things like that. I want to do things that help people, get them to focus on something else for a little while, that takes them away from their troubles. I want to do something to help. There's so little I can do, but I can read stories and I can talk to you, okay? So I had an idea. Now, I'm going to try doing 4 videos a week, but I can't promise. I really can't promise. So, keeping that in mind, if I can't do 4 videos a week, how about every alternate Wednesday I do true crime one week and folk tales the next. I'll do a poll on Twitter. I'm asking you in here, for those of you who don't have Twitter or any other social media, if you want me to do some true crime, then I will do that. I'm going to be talking about cases that you've probably not heard before. And it's horrible, and I said I didn't want to talk about him, but I've got this, I want to try and understand Chris Watts, because I'm haunted by his little girls. I'm absolutely haunted. I don't mean by their spirits, I mean, I look at their little faces and I just think, why? Why? And I want to try and understand it, but I don't think I can. But I want to talk about missing persons and things like that. So if that's something that, you know, would help distract you, if it's something that you would really like, please would you let me know in the comments. It's really important, because if you're not on Twitter and if you're not in our Facebook group, I don't know how else to get in touch with you so I can get your feedback. You know that you lead me. You tell me what you want, and I do my best to do it for you. So please let me know in the comments, do you want me to do true crime? Do you want me to try and make it a separate thing? Maybe I could put it out on a weekend. I don't know. It depends on what we're doing as a family at weekends. And if I can't fit in another weekday, then how would you feel about it being done every, 1 week folk tales, 1 week true crime? Please let me know, because it's really important. Okay guys, I've kept you long enough. I love you all. I am sorry about the rant today. It was meant, I meant to, my other video was like, it wasn't as ranty as this. And I was a little bit more upbeat, and I was trying to be, more light-hearted about stuff, but what can I tell you? It's this, rules this, I'm afraid. And my gut instincts. I want to do more to make you guys smile. I want to do more for you that you can think, oh, there's a header video on, and it means that while I'm watching her or listening to her, I'm not thinking about the other things that I'd rather not be thinking about, or I've got some headers to watch that I can focus on her for half an hour. That's what I want to do. I want to try and do something to help. And this is the only way I know how. So, if I do my bit, would you do your bit and tell me what you want? Okay? And I'll also put a poll up on Twitter, and I'll do a poll on our Facebook group, and then when I get all the results in, and then I'll let you know next week, because you're definitely going to be getting folktale this week, because I need to ask Elle if she'll do a new intro for me. And she's been working so hard on the 3 for me, and I wanted to give her some time off, but I'm going to need a new intro done for the true crime, so it all takes time. And it's eye strain and headaches for her, which I'm very, very wary of. So, anyway, I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. It's not a video from me if I haven't mucked something up, because I don't edit my videos, you know that. Please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. if you do it like A to B to C, and try not to talk to anybody if you can, or if you have to talk to them, be at least 6 feet away from them. No hugging, you know, and the only kissing you do is, you know, your spouse or your significant other. I don't know. I kiss my husband and I probably snog the face off my teddy bear, but that's just me, I'm weird. Right. Bye-bye, my darlings. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again very, very soon. Okay? And if you don't take care of yourselves, I will hunt you down. And if we can find some milk, a tea bag and some sugar, or some coffee and some sugar and creamer, then we can sit and have a cuppa and a chat. How about that? I don't know where I'm going to be, just as long as you can get my wheelchair in. Eh? How about that? See you later, guys. Take care. Bye for now.